Hi there, my name is Bindu. In previous video, we discussed that there are 6 basic charts in Power BI, and in today's video, we are going to talk about 2 of them. They are column chart and stacked column chart. The remaining ones we'll be talking about them in the next video, and if you want to look at the 6 basic charts video, it's in the description box. You can always go and check it there. And without any delay, let's get into the video. Okay, the first chart we are going to talk about is the column chart. Before we start anything, we need to connect to the data source first. In our case, we have Excel as a data source, but we can connect to 99 other data sources as well. Let's see how you connect to the data sources. If you look at the screen here, on the top you see the Get Data tab. So if you click on the Get Data tab, you will be able to see all the connections, all the available data sources, and if you click on More, you will be able to see all the 99 data sources available in Power BI. So in my case, I just need Excel data source, so I'm connecting to Excel one. I'm saying connect here, and here I connect to the sample Excel file. I say open, and that's it. Now the link is created between the Excel file and Power BI. Here for my report, I just need one sheet in Excel, that is the orders sheet. So I'm just clicking on orders tab, orders sheet here. And here if you see, you have load, transform data and cancel. Cancel, as it implies, it's just for cancelling all the process and going back to the previous menu. But load and transform data, what load does is, load directly loads the data into Power BI. Transform data, if the data is not clean, then you may have to clean up the data and then load it. So that cleaning up part is the transforming the data. For now, I have all the clean data in my Excel, so I'm just loading the data. I'm just clicking on load and the data loads. Meanwhile, if you look at the panes here in Power BI, you have a filter pane, you have visualization pane, and you have the fields pane. In the fields pane, you have all the data sets that are involved in this report, in the current report. And in the visualizations, you'll be able to see all the charts and all the formatting options. And the filters is it's just for filtering the data. You'll have all the filters here. So these are all the 3 panes you have in the Power BI desktop. So the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in a column chart. Now from the visualizations pane here, I'm going to click on the stacked column chart. I have a chart here. I'm just going to drag it, just making it a little bigger. So now we have the stacked column chart. Now I have to drag and drop the columns onto the fields here, onto the axis and values fields here. So onto axis, I'm going to drag the subcategory and I'm going to drag sales onto values. So now you see a simple column chart here where you have subcategories in the x-axis and sales in the y-axis. So this is the basic column chart. In the column chart, you have all the subcategories. When I mean subcategories, I'm referring to the values on the x-axis. The phones, chairs, the storage, all the values you see on the x-axis, I'm referring to those values as subcategories. So these are the subcategories, and the values, the 0K, 50K, 100K, the values on the y-axis, those are the sale amount. I just dragged subcategory into axis and sales into values, and now I have a simple column chart. Once you have the column chart, you can always do the formatting to this. You can change the colors of these bars here. You can add the border. Add the border to the chart. You can also add the labels to these bars. Let's see how you do that. When you click on this here, on format here, you can see all the formatting options. And here you see the data colors. You can change the data color here. You can change it to some other color. You can just click on some other color. You can just change the color, and data labels is turned off by default, and you can turn that on. That way you can see the sale amount on the bars, which makes the column chart much easier to read. And you can add the border to the column chart. So multiple formatting options you can try on this graph. You can always go to the Power BI desktop and play with the formatting options. So this is the basic column chart, and now let's look at the stacked column chart. Stacked column chart is very similar to the column chart. In stacked column chart, we are stacking one chart over the other of column chart. Let's look at the example. So here we have the column chart, and in the fields pane we have, in the axis we have subcategory, and in values we have sales for this column chart. And if you add region into legend here, now our column chart is now a stacked column chart. We are stacking one region over the other for in just one bar, in just one vertical bar. This is stacked column chart. And in the same way, you can always go to the formatting section here and change the colors. You can change the font size, you can add the borders, you can do many things. You can download Power BI desktop and play with the formatting options. It's very fun to play. This is about column chart and stack column chart.
I hope you understood what a column chart and a stack column chart is. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, please do subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thank you.